Hello everyone, and this is the fourth video of my Jiu-Jitsu Road to Blue Belt Progress series. And today we'll be focusing on the side control and the armbar. A side control position is when you are on top of the person's body, you are perpendicular to the opponent's body, and you are able to make attacks and submissions. Now, in a side control position, we should maintain control of the opponent's left arm or the arm nearest to your body. This can be done by using your knees closest to the opponent's head to shove the arms up to his head, and use your hand to grab the opponent's arm to help your knee shove the opponent's arm. You may use either knees to do it depending on your preference. In a side control position, you are able to do an armbar. We use it when your opponent extends his arm furthest away from your hips. And all you have to do is grab the elbow, post your left hand on the floor, swipe your hand to the opponent's hips, Now, while still grabbing your opponent's elbow, swing your body and leg to the other side in one motion. Squeeze the arm with your knees, use both of your hands to grab the arm and then lay down, and pull to finish the submission. Here's my attempt of doing the armbar from side control. Now, when finishing an armbar, some people would defend the armbar by grabbing their own hands. The counter to this is to swim your arms by constantly switching your arms to weaken the bond of the opponent's arm as shown in the video. Then connect your arm by using the hands to grab your sleeves. Then slowly pull your arms as you lay down. You see that the opponent's arm will automatically be isolated. Sometimes the opponent will use a different grip, such as an S grip. So all you have to do is grab the opponent's wrist, grab your own wrist that is grabbing the opponent's wrist, and then pull it to break the bond. Here are my attempts of breaking the bond of the arms. I started off with a collar sleeve guard, as you can see in the video, and I attempted to sweep the opponent, which succeeded. I was able to execute the tripod sweep because the opponent's legs were straight. However, after I swept the opponent, I had a hard time passing the opponent's guard because the opponent's legs were strong. Grabbed the opponent's collar and sleeve, and my opponent went for a knee slide pass. Fortunately, my body wasn't flattened and I was able to grab the opponent's leg and completed a single leg attempt. After I have finished my single leg attempt, the rest of the game was just me attempting to passing the opponent's guard. I was, however, quite unsuccessful at passing the opponent's guard because I realized that I've been using a lot of more speedy methods of passing. Well, in reality, I should have used more slow and pressure passing methods. My primary passing methods are the knee slice pass, which is a pass that really relies on speed. Instead, I should be using passes such as the over-under pass, the double under pass, the single under pass, which requires a lot of pressure knowledge in order to finish the pass. went for a collar sleeve guard and then immediately transitioned into a triangle choke. You may not see in the video, but immediately I went for the triangle. I always grab my ankle so that the opponent cannot posture up. If the opponent can posture up, he can eventually pass my triangle. In the video, you can see me slowly adjusting the triangle so that the choke becomes tighter by grabbing my ankle, of course, and then twisting to the right side. Although I eventually went for an armbar and then my opponent tapped. My opponent eventually swept me using the De La Hiva sweep and then passed my guard. Now, I was unable to escape from the opponent's side control because 1, I was exhausted, and 2, my opponent had control on my arm, but you couldn't see it in this video. Now, what I could have done is that I could save my stamina so that I can have remaining energy to fight back against my opponent, and I could not let the opponent control my arm. And now the opponent has an Americana submission on me, which forced me to tap. I got the side control position on my opponent, but unfortunately my opponent recovered a half guard on me, which means that his legs are crossing one of my legs. I attempted to pass the half guard of my opponent, but unfortunately I was finally swept. So from this week's progress, I have realized that I was able to maintain my guard skills that I've learned before, although I have to change my passing methods because 1, they drain my stamina, and 2, I wasn't able to use my speed methods to pass my opponent, and therefore I should use more pressure methods. My coach also mentioned that I should really change how I pace my game, which includes how I pass my opponent, which is also a skill needed while learning in white belt and before you get to blue belt. Thank you for taking your time to watch my video.